Greetings to our esteemed guests, to my fellow peers, and to management. Thank you, sir, for the introduction. My name is Siphosethu Bistol, and I'm here to share my one-year journey at the Lawhill Maritime Center. The great Oprah Winfrey once said, "Where there is no struggle, there is no strength." My journey here at Lawhill has been one filled with amazing experiences that have molded me to be a tough individual. They have been a catalyst for my personal growth. I remember in one of our maritime classes, we did a lesson on ship propulsion and the different interventions that are implemented by ship owners for sustainability. Our wonderful maritime teacher here, Mr. Sisibo, he highlighted the importance of developing a thick skin. He likened the purpose of hull paint to resilience, and ever since, his words have served as a crutch for me in my journey here. Being here has made me appreciate even the most insignificant things. I remember before getting here at the beginning of this year, my days used to be overwhelming. Having to walk from my house to the taxi rank on rainy mornings to standing long queues, sitting in class in wet uniform, arriving home late and still having to complete chores and do assignments, and sometimes not having lunch during break time. But being here has lifted all of that weight off my shoulders. It made life a whole lot easier, a whole lot better. Being at Lawhill has given me the opportunity to build wonderful friendships with authentic and beautiful human beings. People that make me laugh till my stomach hurts. People that give me weird nicknames that I end up liking. People that show me love and that support me. People who go the extra mile to make sure that they put a smile on my face. Thank you, guys. Being accepted into boarding after 2 years of trying has made me realize that everything has its own timing. It made me realize that when you're finally in that space, the experience becomes even more meaningful. I would like to share Hal Boland's words. He's one of my favorite authors. He said, "Seeing trees, I understand the meaning of patience. Seeing grass, I can appreciate persistence." I wish every student could have the opportunity to be in this place. Lawhill Maritime Center does not only offer quality education, but it prepares us for the tough world out there. It makes sure that it teaches us even the most precious things like saying please and thank you, like greeting, punctuality, and synergy. It makes us appreciate even the most insignificant things. Honestly, those values that are being instilled in us here, they will definitely go a long way. So before I end off, I would like to acknowledge a few people. Firstly, I would like to thank Ms. Masiye and SAMSA for giving me the opportunity to not only be a SAMSA bursary holder, but for also giving me a home at the Lawhill Maritime Center. Mr. Sosibo, thank you for your energy. Thank you for your life lessons. I hold them very close to my heart. And the one that really speaks to me is the one that says that a dream denied is not a dream, a dream delayed is not a dream denied. Ms. Kula, oh yes, there she is. Ma'am, thank you for going over and beyond to make sure that you assist and you love each and every one of us. Thank you for your kindness, and thank you for loving all of us. Ms. Malam, in her absence, I believe. Thank you for always opening your door for all of us, for checking up on me even on my bad days, and for putting a smile on my face. And last but not least, so before I start, do I have like 30 minutes to go on. Okay, I'll try and keep it short. Miss Owen, thank you for being my mother away from home, for being my #1 fan, for being my advisor. Thank you for making sure that I'm okay, for always encouraging me to get back up, and most importantly, for reminding me to not anyone or anything dim my light. I appreciate and love you so much. Thank you guys for listening to me. My name is Siphosethu Bistol, and I am a product of the Lawhill Maritime Center.
I don't want to fiddle because those coming are still short. But if I can have all my speakers to just come stand here so we save this time. But I just want to assure everybody here, I do not teach life orientation, I teach maritime economics.
I think I'm a bit taller than her. Yeah, it's a bit challenging going after that, but okay, so this is what I have to say. Firstly, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to my peers, Mrs. Owen, and everyone present. My name is Enkosi Ntame. Sorry. Thanks. See, I'm much taller. Doubting myself. Okay. So my name is Enkosi Ntame. I am from Potchefstroom, South KZN. And interestingly enough, I found out about this opportunity over the internet. So when I applied, I had no assistance from anyone. I knew no one who had gotten this bursary before me. It was just by sheer luck that, I found out over an article that was covering a chief mate. And really, I've looked for that article again, and I've never been able to find that article. And I liken it to, those movies where an angel comes in. Well, a person comes in, a sort of an angel. They help you, and then when you turn around to thank them, they're already gone. So that is really how I feel about that article. And sorry, where was I? So I found out about this place, over the article, and I had no one to assist me. And I remember when I got accepted, it actually took quite a while convincing my mother that this wasn't a scam, because, no, really, the idea of this place, the idea of sponsors, the idea of this bursary, it just seemed like, it was too good to be true. And honestly, we are grateful that it was still true as well. So if I had to define the Lawhill Maritime Center, as per my experience, I would call it the hub port of opportunities. And I'm going to assume that we all had a high-class quality maritime education like me, so we should all know what a hub port is. So if I had to elaborate on this, I would say that we as the learners are really the feeder vessels. We have been given the opportunity to call to this port and to grab as many opportunities as we can so that we can take them to our hinterlands, being our families, and then we can use these opportunities that we have learned here to not only improve ourselves, but to alleviate the difficult financial situations that our families face. So speaking about opportunities, I have been here for a shorter stay than the rest. So given the COVID and everything, I was not able to engage in sports. But I decided to focus on the academic aspects of the opportunities we were offered. We had unlimited Wi-Fi, which is a first for me. We had access to computers. We didn't have to go to the library. We had a printer. We even had our own desks. That's a big thing for us because we usually leave desk at school. But now we had our own desks in our room. We had tutors coming in. And all of this has been very conducive for learning, and it's allowed us to improve my marks. I remember, I'm going to share this. Before I came, right in grade 10, I was sitting with a 40% in maths and physics, and the idea of becoming a doctor. 40% maths and physics, becoming a doctor. 40% maths and physics, becoming a doctor. And what this program was able to do for me is that it bridged the gap between the marks I was getting and what I wanted to become. And it's given me the opportunity and really a fair chance of competing for my spot in university. So secondly, being part of the program allowed me to meet with friends that eventually became like a family to me. So recently, about 3 weeks back, I lost out on a bursary, on a tertiary bursary. So for some reason, I decided to just post that on my WhatsApp status. And within split seconds, the first message came in from Janol Mayor. He's like, God is by your side, you'll get the next one. Message came in from Tuto. He's like, Sizophumelela, we'll succeed. Another message came from Twepe. He's like, you got this. Another message came from Ndima. He said something about strings, about music, but it was aligned to a motivation of sorts. I also received a message from Lindisha. And finally, which is very usual, I also received another message, words of encouragement from Miss Faye. And really, I think that moment really epitomized the kind of support that we've received from Mrs. Owen, the kind of support that we've received from Mr. Sosibo, the kind of support that I've received from Miss Faye and from my friends as well. Lastly, being part of the Lawhill Maritime Center meant my first flight. So it was really an exciting time. When I landed in Durban, I messaged Mrs. Owen. I was like, hey, ma'am, I've arrived. And she responded. She says, how was it? I hope you have found your wings. I hope you have found your wings. And in retrospect, that is what this program has done for me. And I know it's done the same for every other kid that's walked in through this door. Through the opportunities, through the mentorships, the lessons learned, the network of people we've met, it's given us our wings. So lastly, I want to thank Mrs. Owen. I'm not going to say much. I'm not going to cry as well. Mrs. Owen for being the engine of this place, to Miss Sosibo, Mr. Sosibo, and Miss Faye for being the hearts of this place, to Mr. Fisa and Mrs. Fisa for being our parents during our stay, and finally to every sponsor here that's pushed us and propelled us towards the direction of our dreams. Siyabulela.
Good morning to all guests, sponsors, guest speakers, Lawhill staff, the acting principal of Simonstown School, Mr. Lee Hoffman, and Lawhill Maritime Center's Armor Borders. I would like to start off with a quote that says, life offers you with so many doors. It is up to you which one to open and which one to close. Standing in front of you today, I believe that I've opened the correct door. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sibongiseni Caleb Nyati, Uchawe, Umdluli, Umpetse, Ungwaba, Umlawu, Uchiwo, a Lawhill Maritime student and Africa Oil Week's first student ambassador. Like most alumni, I entered the program knowing close to nothing about the industry or major industry players. When we drive on the N1 overlooking the port of Cape Town, I used to regard one of Mer's ships as the blue ships, not knowing what kind of ship it was or the operations that were taking place at that time. I would see containers on big trucks, or when I would go buy bread from our local Somalian shop, or when I would accompany my sister to the hair salon. I knew nothing about containerization or its importance, but through this program, I now know. Through this program, I can say, Mama, that's a bulk carrier. Mama, that's a container ship. Magazi, that is a 20-foot container right there. 40-foot right there. We learn about these things. It was through Mr. Impeng's maritime economics lessons, those eyes, and attention, when he'd give us some important maritime information, that I grew to have great love for the industry. It was through Captain Schlemmer's patience when your teacher's chart work and the disciplines that are carried out at sea that I began to picture Captain Nyati at sea one day. It is through Captain Snyder's share of wisdom and, like my Mercedes outside, that I started to vision a future of success, but with the BMW though, Captain. and all has been summed up and passed down to our current maritime economics teacher, Mr. Sosibo, who would always teach us, when circumstances are not in our favor, to make a plan. I have entered this program with different dreams and life experiences, and so did each and every armor boarder. But I believe that we have learned and are learning a thing or two from one another that will help to shape us for the better. Growing up, I did not have a present father at home. But it is through this program that I've shaved for the occasion. Glenn, I did not know how to shave, and I would like to thank Rahul and God for teaching me, because I did not know how to shave. my mother would look at me and she'll be like, "Hey, Mfana, you have to shave soon. But don't worry, I'll teach you how to shave. Just apply foam on your face and you do this." But she doesn't even have a beard. But how can a family form without a core to it all? AKA the Terminator, our mother, Miss O. I'd like to thank you for giving us this opportunity and for pulling strings for us all. Even though teenagers will be teenagers, I'd like to thank you for being a strong, hardworking woman that you are. You are a rock, imbokoto, a true star, you are. To our sponsors and to the hands that have made this all possible, MERS South Africa, TK Foundation, Mr. Janssen Swart and trustees, I want you to take a good look at your efforts and investments in the future of South Africa, Namibia, and the world at large. There's a Chinese proverb that says, if you're planning for a year, sow rice. If you're planning for a decade, plant trees. If you're planning for a lifetime, educate people. And that is what you lot have done and are doing for us today. As if that is not enough, you have also inspired. In my future of success with the BMW, I find it as a need and responsibility of mine to also give back and provide assistance in any way possible, just like Hive Group have provided me with assistance via Africa Oil Week, all thanks to Miss Catriona McDavid, all the way from London, baby. I will always cherish the opportunities that were given to me, like being the first ever youngest delegate to attend Africa All Week event at the CTICC in 2019. I was 16 back then. What I've taken away from 3 years of being in this program is that Lawhill, and I mean Lawhill Maritime Center, is not just a place of education, but a place of growth. And to our matrix, myself included, and young ones, I want us to remember something that my mother would always tell me, even though in anything that we pursue, even though circumstances do not permit, or if you're working out, that there's no such thing as I can't. I thank you.
Before any introduction, I have to say it's been a very joyful ride at Lawhill. Very momentous moments have been shared here with my matrix, the grade 10s who have just joined. It's been a very joyful ride, I have to say. Standing before you is Luyanda Dlamini, doing grade 12 at Lawhill Maritime Center in Simonstown School. I'm a proud General Botha bursary holder and a Sean Day scholar. Well, my journey here has been for 3 years, and applying here was a very tough one. I'm sure my brother over here, Ubusangi, would know. It's been an emotional ride for us. Mr. Sosibo has helped us throughout, and it's been a very emotional one. A lot of sacrifices had to be made in order for me to get here. Mrs. Owen would know exactly what I'm talking about, but I won't go there because it's very tough. Usfunda would also know about it. But I think it was just the passion for the maritime industry, the passion for nautical science that pushed me to apply here, to be part of this wonderful family. I remember when I came here, I was a very shy, tiny girl, not that I grew up, but yeah. But I used to be a very shy little girl. Mrs. Owen used to push me, smile, smile. Mr. Mpen would be, oomph, oomph. And Captain Schlemmer, I think we're pretty much the same. No oomph, but yeah. But we got there. I just appreciate the moments that I've shared here. I was fortunate enough to be here while Mr. Ingpen and Captain Schlemmer were still here. The charts work, Mr. Snyati has said enough about Mr. Ingpen and Captain Schlemmer, but they just drove us, they gave us that passion for the maritime industry. I saw myself as a navigator. I used to tell Mrs. Faye that Mr. Captain Schlemmer is actually the one who pushed me to be a navigator. He's like, you can't do this, Dlamini. Do charts work with him, stay after hours, talk to him about nautical science, and he will actually motivate me and tell me I can be the captain that I want to be. And now I stand here believing very strong that I will be Captain Dlamini one day. Coming here to Lawhill has given me life values, a lot of life values, not just academically. I mean, I've shared special moments with my friends over here. I've gained very good friends, ethical people. If I have to mention, I'll mention Sisonke over here, Ronan, my Ubusi, Ubusi, Sibusiso, Busang, Kabonina, the list goes on and on and on. every one of you all have played a huge role in my life. The grade 10s, oh God, you'll know, guys, you'll know. Much love for you all, guys, you'll know. But I've shared very much special moments with each and every one of you all, of which I will hinder on my heart forever. The special moments that you've shared will teach me, life has taught me life values. I mean, the body system that we show each other, the teamwork that we show each other. Sometimes I'll go to the grade 10 and tell them, go do bathroom duty. They'll be like, hi, Dlamini. But at the end, they do it because they trust and believe that I'm their senior. I deserve their respect. And thanks a lot for doing that, guys. And Mr. Ingpen's I surely believe it will stay upon each and every one of us. We will take it to university. I'm sure DUT, UCT will be surprised. These kids with so much where do they get it from? Mr. Ingpen. But yeah, they don't know him. We're not there. I would like to say thank you so much to General Botha for all the mentorship and all the encouragement that you have given me. To Mr. Sean Day from USA, thank you so much for all that you have been doing for me throughout this year. And to each and every one of you sitting here, investing in the future maritime generation, I'd like to say thanks a lot. All the things that you have done for us will actually show some products at the end. And I'd like to say that each and every one of us have achieved a lot throughout these 3 years. We started from the bottom and now we are here. Danko.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Simamkele Ntingiso, and I'm one of the 9 students who took part in the Marine Explorations program that was held from the late term 3 to the beginning of November. And I'm a grade 10 student at this hostel, soon to be a pre-matriculant. Still got a long way to go, hey? The Marine Explorations program that was held by the Pisces divers and the Save Our Seas had activities that are both stimulating and galvanizing. Each of these days that we had to go to the Marine Exploration program, we had to sacrifice our studying time, but luckily at the end of it, it was worth it. And how we use the information that we got in the marine science class and use it as our advantage to know every single species that you found in the salt chuck. This program showed the importance of getting out of your comfort zone. For example, when you went on the last day of the program, when you swam or snorkeled around the lighthouse right in the middle of the ocean. We saw many different marine animals such as sharks, but little ones though, fishes, and octopuses, and other various marine animals. At the end, I would like to thank Ms. Owen, Ms. Nkula, Ms. Malum, Save Our Seas, and the Pisces divers for playing a key role in giving us this wonderful opportunity, and of course, for beautifying our CVs. And I would like to end off with my own quote that I would say, and always remember, the comfort zone is the great enemy of courage and confidence. Thank you.
Ooh. Save the best for last. What a good way to start a day. I mean, beautiful weather, beautiful people, and a beautiful place to be. I am truly honored and humbled that I was chosen to speak on behalf of the grade 10s who are doing sailing and motor sailing. My name is Thobeka Mavundla, a proud General Botha bursary holder. Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. One interesting fact about me is that I'm a very talkative person. So my dad once told me that feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. So my best way to express my gratitude is talking. Firstly, I'd like to thank our sponsors who had made sailing and motor sailing available for us. To our sponsors, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, but for you, my heart has no bottom.
Secondly, I'd like to thank our lovely skippers, which are not present here today. Our skippers sacrifice their time and energy to come and teach us every day to make sure that we become the best sailors we could ever be. One message that I have to our skippers is that to others, they may seem like skippers, but to us, they are our heroes. The months of our sailing program were nothing less than a life experience, which we will use in the near future. I'd like to end off by saying one thing that I've learned in sailing is that I cannot change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to reach my destination. Thank you.